celebration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself.
All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold-out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
We got this.
Come on, set. 30 base. We ain't giving up nothing yet. Bet 61, matchbox lights. Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
No.
Second and 4. And that is incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. They're going to look to throw. And an alley to run. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now Spiller. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
They'll give to Spiller. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal.
That's what I do. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick here is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
It's easy work. It's coming again.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
58 to Mike. Hey, defense.
Hit it.
Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Of course, he's coming off that monster game in their wild card victory. That's his first catch here in the divisional round.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Jim, get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. A gain of 37.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a 2nd straight week.
That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 13. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
Here's Spiller. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I got one.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
Hey, lock it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Slam. 22 jet bomber.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Hey, wahoo!
He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Caught. It's Wilson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
50, plant. Fair.
Lucky. Quick dance. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down to the 29-yard line. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 29-yard line.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And they'll get this down to the 10.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. 2nd and long. Eluding the pressure right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
80 weapon. Big grip.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Fielded at the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous, could have been picked. Now it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They'll look to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 33-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Hey, check Mike.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Rock it.
First down, and it's Hill again. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Hey, seam 6. Ready?
2nd and 6. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
6-6, pull it high.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them. Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They run with Spiller. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Again, they run it with Spiller. And it looks like he's going to have the first down, as he'll mark this just over the 10-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And an alley to run. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Let's go. Check your team on it. Your team on it. Heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Hey, check back.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
I'm going to run you over. Kill, kill, kill. Okay? Kill, kill. Turn up. Check that up.
Now a handoff looking right. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is Spiller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Back and go full strip. Shift.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But somebody, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 48.
Well, this defensive pressure, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot, maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They'll keep it on the ground. Williamson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mark 55! Mark 55! I got you. I got 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. Get this. You're all right.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Williamson. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play.
This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 74 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after, up and good. And that will get them one closer. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Set, ready. Not a good. Check, 55 to Mike.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.